or that you like something and he belittles it or ignores it completely, he hates you. It's not a...
And he'll stay with you. He hates you, and he'll stay with you. I think so many women get it so fucking twisted if they think that if a man no longer likes you, that he'll just break up with you. False. A man could literally hate your fucking guts. He could hate the air you breathe, and he will still stay with you. Right, Robert? Why, you might ask? Why would a man stay with you if he hates you? Because he's getting something from you just by your presence in his life. He is getting something of value from you. You don't have to be particularly pretty. You don't have to be particularly smart. You don't have to have a lot of money. Like, you do not have to be a catch in any way. You don't even have to be doing him and he'll still stay. Because men get a status symbol. There is a status symbol in being able to have a girlfriend and keep a girlfriend. Now, it's all sprinkles on the top if you are cute, if you have a good personality, if you have a good sense of humor, etc., etc. That's all bonus points. But especially if you live with that man, you don't even realize how much unseen, invisible labor you are providing. And even if you are splitting things totally evenly, he gets a status bump just by having a girlfriend, just by having a wife. So he will stay with you until he can find something better. And if he knows that he's never going to be able to find anyone better, that's at that point he will start making you think you can't find anyone better. And then you'll both just be miserable together forever. Shit, I've seen men who hate the girl that they're with and they propose to her. It's crazy.
He hates you, they hate us. Men do not like us. Be alone. That's really the only other option. Just be alone, look in the mirror, sit with yourself, cry, have an ego death, and then get really hot, get a bunch of hobbies, be extremely successful, and write a fucking book or something. Just be alone. Oh my God. It is so much better than being with someone who fucking hates your ass. You know who doesn't have to hate you? You. You don't have to hate yourself. You could work on that relationship and it'll be so fulfilling. The journey of it too, of loving yourself, is really fulfilling. Just be alone. He hates you and they hate us. Stop trying to make it work.
my son. Hi, my loves. How are you doing today? So, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about males hating women. And the thing about this is it's a sad reality. And I feel like we're finally at a time where women are accepting more and more the reality and the fact that is that males hate women. They really just do not like women. And that could be for several reasons. Doesn't matter to us. At the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that we have no business being around a group or a species that dislikes us. You know, it doesn't even make sense, right? And so when it comes to that, it always surprises me and shocks me when I see women that are just okay with staying in relationships and with males that literally hate them. And the males don't even try to hide it, really. Like, they literally will show it in their behavior that this is an individual and you are a person that they do not like, and the women stay there. It's very, very strange to me. Well, it's like we're having an awakening, right? A mass, it's so interesting, like a mass awakening of women that are like, what have I been doing this whole time? Like, what is going on? Like, no freaking way. And so it's really, really amazing times. It's amazing times to see this kind of switch or revolution take place. And then you'll just end up with women that get left behind, and the rest of the women will continue to advance, right? Because women are really the ones that have to set the market. We're the ones that have to set the value, and we're the ones that have to basically run everything, because males can't do it. You see, this is the result of us letting males do that which they cannot do. This is the result of it. The world we currently live in, it is a mess, right? So, for some reason, it's so weird in the world that we live in today, where, like, I dare to say 80 to 90% of males do not like women. And they actually would rather be women. It is so strange to me how a group or a species can be this way. It's like the weirdest, like, I don't see how you can even really exist in that world, because psychologically speaking, that means you fundamentally don't have a purpose. And so every single day you're running from your own thoughts, you're running from who you actually are, and then you just die, and that's it. So it's a miserable existence, to say the least, right? But you always have the women that know that this male is never going to put a ring on it, or this male doesn't even really like you.
Listen to me, if you have sex with men, if you are a heterosexual woman or bisexual woman, and you have sex.
So I had a friend whose boyfriend literally hated her, and for some reason she did not know. But I knew before she did, and here's how. So one night we went to the club, and I remember after the club was over, he had a section all the way on the other side of the club with his friends, and we had our own section, so we were like kind of on the opposite ends of the club. No biggie. But he was all right there. So at the end of the club, we're leaving, and she's texting him, but I can see him from a distance get in his car and pull off. Me and him make eye contact. So we're texting him like, hey, where did you go? He said, hey, yeah, call an Uber. I have to make a business run real fast. Didn't say, hey, babe, I'm doing this. Didn't do any of that. And right there, then I knew. I said, he does not like you. She didn't believe me, stayed, and guess what happened? He moved a girl in on her.
Oh my God. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Oh my God, love you so much. And let's see what others have to say about this.
A man who makes your life harder than it was before he walked into it probably hates you. There are no masculine men out there who want to make the lives of the women that they love harder than it needs to be. If he's abusive and talking down on you, he probably hates you. If he's a financial burden and plays video games all day.
I met one a few years ago, a male that lied. And he definitely did not tell me he was living with a whole nother woman. And she was, I don't know what the situation is, but I know that she pays bills. He lives in her house, right? So there's no way that male does not own any property, but yet has a child, so all of these things, and he's just going around talking to other women and not telling other women. I found out after a week, because my intuition game is strong. And I don't know. I find it hard especially at this point in my life, to ignore my intuition. I literally get so uncomfortable. Like, I'm tossing and turning in bed. I can't sleep. If I have a bad feeling about something, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And I know a lot of women have a hard time with not going back to pick out trash from the trash. Ladies, if you throw it in the trash, it's for the trash. Leave it in the trash. Don't go back and start searching through trash. It doesn't, like, are you trash? What are you doing in there? It doesn't even make sense, right? So I'm really, really happy to see this happening more and more, especially when it comes to the 4B movement, because I think, in my opinion, that is how women are very different from males, right? with the 4B movement, the foundation of that movement is the truth and the formula for women and how we reach our enlightened state. For years and years and years, males have projected on us and they have lied to women and made women believe that the way and the only way women can feel useful, women can be useful, women can reach their enlightened state is by being them, by catering to them, right? By having kids all over the place and staying in the house and blah 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 blah. Can you imagine how ridiculous that sounds? And the next video that's coming out, I'm going to be talking about males that are gay. I fundamentally believe that, let's say, out of 100% of all males, at least in the United States, I know that this is a real issue here in the US, like they want to be women. It's very, very, very strange. I don't know what that's about, but what I can see is that they want to be women. They literally will envy and are jealous of women. It's strange. I don't know what has caused this to happen to this particular group of males. But that's not a situation that I want to find myself in, right? So as long as the male is from somewhere else, like that's where, I mean, we could be friends or acquaintances, but we all know that males have a hard time with being friends. So I don't even have any male friends, but it's insane, y'all. So with that being said, it's like, the males are wanting to compete with you, but they can't compete. Women, they cannot compete, right? If we look at the numbers as far as like who owns more homes, who owns more assets, who owns more land, it's women. And they know they can't compete. They know they cannot compete in every way. So anyway, the next video is going to be on gay males, because out of 100% of males, at least males that are from the US, born in the US, and I don't know what happened to them here. I fundamentally believe that at least 80 to 90% of them are gay. They're gay. And the same 80 to 90% of them will say to your face, no, I'm not gay. I'm straight. Every now and then, I just like to dibble and dabble. Okay, that you're gay. So you're gay. And the danger with that mentality is that they haven't admitted it to themselves. So therefore, how can they even begin the process of understanding that you don't have a choice but to be honest with women? With any woman that you're dealing with, you have to tell her that you sleep with males, because you're otherwise opening her up to all type of diseases, right? That there aren't even any cures for. Because you're sleeping with other males and you keep saying to yourself, I'm not gay. I just like to dibble and dabble every now and then. And you're not. And so you are trying to control her body and her autonomy and control her as a person, because you're trying to, and you are revoking her rights and freedoms to choose between talking to you and continuing to sleep with you and not talking to you and continuing to sleep with you, because you're not telling her that. So if you believe that you're straight and you just like to dibble and dabble, why haven't you told her that yet? Why haven't you not told her that you like sleeping with males, but you consider yourself straight? Why haven't you told her? So women, you have to be even more careful than back in the day, because even if we, like, for example, if we take a look and start talking about Spartans, right? Well, Spartans, even the males would sleep with each other, but everyone knew that, right? Everyone knew males would sleep with each other, but women ran the whole society, because women were the keepers of the wealth. They had all the wealth. So in Spartan society, women were the leaders and women were the richest group of people. It was women because of the way the society was built. And so, but it was not a secret that, all these males were gay. Now we have a fundamental problem because these males are gay, right? And they'll go around saying that they're not gay, they're straight, right? But then they still won't tell you while they're dating you that what they're doing is sleeping with other males. Well, if there's not a problem with it and you consider yourself straight, then why are you not admitting that and being forthcoming about that and then toying with somebody else's life? Like, it does not even make sense. It's like, so you don't view women as people. You are so low down, right? You literally have no purpose. You literally serve no purpose in this world on planet Earth. And so you just feel like you can bring other people down to that level that you're in. So ladies, you got to be careful. So that's going to be what the next video is about. Also, we're going to dive into more depth about that. But yeah, males will literally sit there and be with you while hating you.
This man tried to downplay my motherfucking master's degree. That shit turned me off all the fucking way. He was talking about something, and I had said something about, well, I'm talking to you, Y-O-U. He said, oh, I'm surprised you can spell. I said, well, damn, don't drop dead, Fred, when you find out I can get my fucking master's. He said, oh, they must be giving it out to anybody. I said, if they give it out to anybody, then why don't you have one yet? He said, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I'm not like you. I can't afford that. I said, well, clearly they're not giving it to any and every fucking body because it's not in everybody's tax bracket, correct? It's from what you're saying. Like, I don't know about y'all, but playing with my motherfucking achievements, making it seem like what I'm achieving is fucking easy and everybody can fucking do it. No, I do not think everybody can get their master's in fucking biology. No, I do not think a lot of people know how to name and fucking draw amino acids. So I'm sorry if that's something I'm not gonna let you fucking play with me about. So the last thing I'm gonna let anybody do is play me about a motherfucking degree that you bitches couldn't even possibly spell. Okay?
A narcissist is not going to leave you because you're literally the best thing that happened to him. But girl, you're going to leave him because he's the worst thing that happened to you.
They will extract all the resources that you have while hating you. It's insane. They'll sleep with you. They don't care. It's like the scariest. When I think about this, it just makes me so nervous. Like it makes this species so scary to me because they'll literally sleep with you and not care that they don't even like you. They will not care. They don't care. They'll literally like stay with you in a relationship and they don't care just because they're getting and extracting resources from you. You're cleaning for them. It's your house. So where are they going to live? They would be literally homeless, right? If they weren't living with you, right? They have a record a lot of times, so I find that a lot of these behaviors, here's what I'll say, as one of the last points here. A lot of these behaviors I find are correlated with a poverty mindset. And so what I've been finding is that the more resources, the more wealth and education, I should have put that first, actually, the more education and accomplishments and achievements that the woman has, the less likely you will find her even dibbling and dabbling. And so what I'm saying is not that it never happens, but most of the pool of women that I see that are just down there, and I don't know if they can be saved, to be honest. Can't save her, just like you can't save these males. They're done for, are typically poor, right? They're literally, when it comes to financial resources and assets, are poor. It's more of a poverty mindset. So it extends further than just the financial, right? So women that will sit there, this male that I told you about, that I met like a few years ago, he literally told me that she said when he got caught, and I said, oh, well, you have a girlfriend. I just, it took me like a week to find that out. It's like, what? Because he doesn't have her on his Facebook and she has him plastered all over her Facebook. So that wasn't, so he thought he was safe, and it took me like a week. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she's right there. Like, what are you talking about? So he tells me like, oh, what did he say? Yeah, he said something like, yeah, she knows I'm never going to marry her because she's told me that. She said, I know you're never going to marry me, but I'm like, oh, girl. I didn't even know what to say. Like, it was like TMI because, that thing that males do when they're trying to find excuses for their lies and they're trying to make it seem like this is not a thing. This is not a real thing. Well, how's it not a real thing when you live there? Like, what? How's it not a real thing when she's like paying the bills and there's no way I can respect you? Like, I'm looking at you like you can't even afford bills on your own, sir. Like, huh? Like what? Like, girl, when I'm saying he was fumbling and dumbling and like making all these excuses, like she knows, like it's not serious and like blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, good and well, like the lady wouldn't be with you if she wasn't like desperate enough, you know what I mean, for the validation, knowing while she still knows, and it's like she's like in her 40s, so this is an old lady, right? But desperate enough, right? African American lady, desperate enough to just be there, right? So, and I say that because this is a plague that has always plagued the African American community, and just recently, more and more women, and I think it's because more and more African American women in particular have always been hardworking, but now the education factor is kicking in now because women are kicking, like their numbers are all the way like. We surpassed the males a long time ago when it comes to the education and schooling factor. And I think now as a collective whole, we're just now seeing the effects of that, especially within the African American community. So this woman's older, obviously. So I don't think that she really got that far, apparently. But yeah, so I was like, oh, what are you trying to say to me? Like, what? But he wasn't catching that, right? Because, and, oh no, it's not serious. Like, she knows I'm never going to blah, blah, blah. But I was like, but your kids are there. Like your kid, you have a whole kid, right? She's there every weekend, and she has a whole kid and they're playing together. So what do you mean? Like, you're just as stuck as she is. So why are you trying to play games and like act like I'm stupid? You know what I mean? Like that. Girl, when I tell you, that was like the dumbest thing. But I'm telling you, these are the type of things that males will do. I was like, sir, goodbye. Like, in my mind, I was like, I got to get out of this. This guy's nuts. And finally I did, because those type of people will just like keep trying to poke at you, and you kind of have to like be like, can you please get away from me? There's no benefit to you being here. You can't pay for anything. You can't afford to pay for anything. Your mindset is a poverty mindset. Where are you going to be? You're not going to be anywhere. And he was like 32. So you know where he's going to be at 40? Nowhere. You know where he's going to be at 45? Nowhere. Because he's sitting there in comfort, right? Because all the resources that he has, the home that he's living in, he doesn't even have to pay for. So he's going to be nowhere. He's going to grow old. He's going to die. That's going to be it. So there's no drive there. So ladies, you got to be careful with males that will stick around despite the fact that they literally hate you. They don't care about emotions and hating you. Like, as long as they're benefiting enough, just by being with you, they'll benefit, right? Because societally, having a woman is a prize in and of itself, right? In and of itself, just a woman being there, even if she's ugly, is a prize in and of itself in the game that males play. And the game that males play is called patriarchy, right? And why is just having a woman in and of itself a prize? Because it's like they see it as like they've conquered something. They own something. They control something, right? Notice how I keep saying something. Right? So ladies, you got to be careful. Let's take a look at the rest of his videos. Let's see what others have to say about this.
Do you know how much a guy has to hate you and despise you for him to see you doing good? You moved on, you got your glow back, you're not texting him, you're not bothering him, and it bothers him so bad that he wants to ruin your healing process by texting you and calling you. He doesn't miss you. He's not thinking about all the ways to make it right again. He's not thinking about how good of a woman you were. He hates you. He despises you. Because if he truly liked you, he would give you the space and time to move on. But because he hates you so much, because he despises you so much, he won't even give you that. He feels like he's entitled to your time. He feels like you don't deserve to be happy. He feels like you don't deserve to live a good life. He feels like you don't deserve to feel worthy. And he will do everything in his power to make sure that you don't feel that, so he's reaching back out again. Don't fall for it.
Gave this some thought, You definitely want to be the ex that nigga hates. You want to be the ex that he talks trash about to every fucking body. You want to be that bitch. Because all that means is you was the bitch that he could never control. You was the bitch he tried to break and he failed miserably. You was the bitch that got away. All the others kept going back because they're fucking stupid. You was the bitch that wasn't fazed by all the negative shit he had to say about you in the streets. You know, he said your coochie smelled. He said your cooking is terrible. He said your house was dirty. He said you're a terrible mother. He said you're a hoe. He said you're a cheater. He said you're a backstabber. He said you fucked all your coworkers. He said he can't trust you, bitch. He said he's the reason that you're famous and successful. That nigga got so much shit to say about you when he running your name into the dirt in the streets. Because you was smart enough to get the fuck away from him and never look back. Oh, by the way, he also told everybody that he could have you anytime he wanted to. If he whistled, you would come back. No, the fuck you did not go back. So now he looks stupid for telling that motherfucking lie. Because you left his ass 2 years ago and you ain't looked back. And he is checking. And his family is checking. And his bitches are checking. You still ain't went back. They all stalking your social media because of him. Because you got him looking like a fucking fool after he told everybody he could have you anytime he fucking want. Dumbass nigga. He hates your ass because he can't control you. He hates your ass because you're not gullible, dumb, and weak like all his exes. You're just not that girl that he wants you to be. You're not a weak bitch like his mama. He hates that shit. Let me tell you something. Let him talk all the shit in the world. See, me personally, all my exes, bitch, I'll be sitting up laughing. I hope they tear my motherfucking name in the ground. Bitch, I don't care if the niggas call me crazy, psycho, bitter, yada, 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 miserable. Bitch, I got the fuck out. I'm winning. I'm a household name. My name rings bells internationally. I'm known. Celebrities are all in my comments. They follow my content. I'm somebody, bitch. Why would I lower myself or give a fuck about a weak nigga who couldn't tame me or control me? And he's mad about it. He's supposed to hate you and talk shit about you. You outsmarted him. Be proud of yourself, girl. Wear that shit like a badge.
People around you, his friends, family, whatever, coworkers will compliment you right in front of him, and he'll just be there like this bitch and all that. You know what I'm talking about. That's a sign right there that he's a fucking hater. Second, he will get irritated by you very easily. I'm telling you, like, even asking for like, oh, can I get some water? Can you pass me the remote? Little things like that. He'll get so irritated. Give you like a look and act like you're asking him to go, buy you a Rolls Royce. He makes it seem like the smallest thing is a huge favor. That's a sign that he can't stand you. He will put you down, comment on your body, on your physical appearance. Say, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to gain weight. I like girls like this, I like girls like that. Look at this girl, compare you.
he will try to break you down. And most likely, if you told him something in private, like a secret, something that you've been through, something dark that you don't want to go through again, like a trauma, he's going to bring it back. When you guys are arguing, he's going to use it against you, and it's not going to be pretty. He's going to act jealous. And I mean jealous, like, not with other men, jealous, like envy you and your goals that you reach or want to achieve. He is going to try to copy you, or he's going to try to stop you from doing that so you can grow. He's going to try to keep you in a box and small because he's jealous of you, he envies you, and he can't stand you.